Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Myself Parag Jambulkar. In this video, we will see data types in C++ programming language. Now see, first we'll see what do you mean by data type. Or suppose if we have to define data type, so how we can define? Now see, data type is an attribute of variables. So data type is nothing but it is an attribute of variables, and what it defines? It defines what values variable can have, first thing, and second thing, what operations can be performed on this variable. So see, data type nothing but it is an attribute of variable, and it decides two things: what values that variable can have, first thing, and second thing, what operations can be performed on this variable. Example I will give. Now see, int is an data type. Int is an data type in C++ programming language. We will see all possible data types. See, but for this definition, look at this example. Int is a data type. Now see, int variable can have value 3, 7, 13, 15, 16, 17 like this, right? While float is another data type, and it has decimal point values. Now see, float can have values like this: 3.14, 31.4, 5.2, which are decimal point, right? So int have these values, can be these values, and float can have such kind of values, right? So data type decides what values variable can have, first thing, right? Second thing, see, for int and float data type, we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? For boolean data type, we can negate it, negation, right? This operation we can perform on the boolean variables, right? So according as per the data type, we can perform various operations, right? For int and float, we can perform such kind of operations. For boolean, we can perform negation operation, right? So even data type decides what operations can be performed on these variables, right? So data type is an attribute of variable. So it defines two things: what values variable can have, first thing, and what operations can be performed on this variable, second thing, right? Now we will see how many data types are there in C++ programming language. Look at this big picture. All C++ data types can be classified like this. See, so C++ data types are mainly classified as primitive data type, user-defined data types, and derived data type. Now what is the meaning of this? See, primitive data types are those data types which cannot be defined in terms of other data types. That means those are the built-in data types, and those data types cannot be defined in terms of other data types. In the sense, int is a separate data type. Okay, we don't need other data type to define int. Int is a separate data type. Char is separate data type, a distinct data type. Both is a distinct data type, right? So primitive data types are built-in data types, and these data types doesn't require other data types to define. These are called as a primitive data types. Now see what by user defined. From the name only you will come to know these data types are defined by user. What are the examples? Structure, union, class, enumeration. All these are user defined data types. See, example we'll see. See, student is a structure. Student is a structure. It is defined like this. So see, in one student there can be one integer variable and one double variable. Now see, so student is a user defined data type. See, here we are creating variable of this data type student, right? So student, we have given this name. So student, that data type we have created, and we have created one variable of our data type, our user defined data type, right? Like this. So structure is user defined data type. In the same way, union is also user defined data type. For example, see, here I have defined union like this. So see, in this union there is one integer variable, one double variable, right? And see, I have given name college, right? So college, this is user defined data type. Just like we have int, we have float, we have double. In the same way, college is data type, and we have defined it, right? And now we are creating variable of type college, right? And college is user defined data type. In the same way, class, right? So see, class we have defined like this. What name we have given? Sample, right? Now see, here we are creating variable of type sample, but sample is a class, and that we have defined. So structure, union, class, even enumeration we'll see in next video. So all these are user defined data types. That means user or we are defined this data type, and what are the data type name that we have given, so we can define variables of those data types. Now see, third one is derived data type. Example are array, function, pointer, reference. Derived means from the name only you will come to know data types those are derived from the existing data type. Those are called as derived data type. For example, array. Array is a collection of some variable. It can be int variables, it can be float variables. So basically array is a collection of variables, right? Function. So in function we can have the different variables. Even we can pass function to the another function. We can define function pointer. So concept of function pointer we'll see in forthcoming videos. Pointer. Pointer is a address variable. It can have address of some another variable. And reference variable means is a variable or alias created for another variable. So these data types are derived from the existing data types. That's why name is given derived data type. What is the difference between user defined data types and derived data types? See, here we are creating our own data type. Just like here, see, student, college. In this example, we are seeing, right? We have college, then student. So these are user defined data type, right? So that's why name we have given user defined data type. But derived data type, so these data types are written in terms of existing data types. That's why name is given as a derived data type. So C++ data types can be classified into three groups. Primitive data types, that is a built-in original data type which cannot be defined in terms of other data types. Those are distinct one, means int is int, char is char. There is no need to use other data types to define char. Char is a separate data type. So such data types are primitive data type. Data types which are defined by user, those are user defined data types. And derived means data types which can be derived from the existing data type. So it is called as derived data types. Now see, primitive data types can be integral, boolean and floating point. What do I mean by integral data type? Integral data type means there is no decimal point. See, values will not have decimal point. Those are called as integral. Floating point means with decimal point, and boolean means it can have only two values, true and false. So primitive data types can be integral, boolean and floating point. Integral means without decimal point, floating point means with decimal point, and boolean can have only two values, true and false. Now see, integral data type can be integer, integral data type can be character. So integer we have this int, character we have this char data type. Now see, for boolean we have data type bool. For floating point we have float and double. So these are the primitive data types. Int, char, bool, float, double. These are the primitive data types. Now see, we'll see one example. So see, int is a data type, char is one data type, float, double are the data types, bool, this is boolean data type, right? So integer data type, character data type, these are the decimal point data type, and this is boolean data type. Now see, here you might have seen we are defining variables like this: signed int, unsigned int, short int, long int. Even for character, signed char, unsigned char. So what is the meaning of this? See, in C++ programming language there is concept of type modifier. So see, from the name will come to know, modifiers means which can be used to modify the existing data type. That is called as a type modifier. Now see, in C++ programming language we have four types of type modifier. See, signed, unsigned, short, long. Signed can be applied to int and char. Only for int and char we can apply. Unsigned we can apply to int and char. Short we can apply to int only. Long can be applied to int and double. Now see, signed means it can have negative numbers and positive numbers. Unsigned means it can have only positive numbers, no negative numbers. Short and long. Short variables will have shorter memory, while long variables will have larger memory. Okay, that is the meaning of this type modifier. In C++, we can use shorthand notation for unsigned, short and long int. What is the meaning of this? See, when we are saying unsigned x, meaning of this is unsigned int x. When you are writing short x, meaning of this is short int x. When you are writing long x, meaning is long int x. So though here we have not mentioned int, but by default these variables are int only. Unsigned int, short int, long int. Though we are not mentioning, these are integer. Now we'll see how much size these data types take. See, size of int is 4 bytes. Size of signed int is 4 bytes. Size of unsigned int, again it is a 4 bytes. Now see, size of short int 2 bytes. Size of long int 4 bytes. Size of long int 8 bytes. Size of char 1 byte. Size of signed char again 1 byte. Size of unsigned char 1 byte. That means character takes 1 byte. Integer take 4 bytes. Size of float 4 bytes. Size of double 8 bytes. Size of long double 12 bytes. Size of bool is 1 byte. See, we have program. Look at this. Here we have program, and here we are printing size of that particular data type. See, size of is predefined operator in C++ language. So see, here we are using size of to print size of int. Here we are using size of operator to print signed int. Here we are using to print unsigned int, right? Here we have an example. See, so we are defining int variable, right? For int, we can use all type modifiers. Means we can use signed int, we can make it unsigned, we can make it short, and we can make it long, right? For character, we can use two modifiers, signed and unsigned. For float, there is no type modifier, but for double, there is one modifier long. And bool, again, there is no type modifier. Size of is a predefined operator in C++ programming language, and it is used to print size of any data type or variable. Now see, here we are printing size of int, size of signed int, unsigned int, short int, long int, like this, right? Now we will run this code. We'll compile it first. Now we will run it. So a tab. Now see, here we got size of int 4 bytes, size of signed int 4 bytes, size of unsigned int 4 bytes, size of short int it is 2 bytes, size of long int 4 bytes, size of long int 8 bytes, size of char 1 byte, size of signed char 1 byte, size of unsigned char 1 byte. Means for character it will take 1 byte only. For float again 4 bytes. So for integer again it is 4 bytes, and for float also it will take 4 bytes. For double 8 bytes, long double 12 bytes, and for boolean 1 byte. So see, here we are using 32-bit GCC compiler. So for 32-bit GCC compiler, we have size of int 4 bytes. But for Turbo C, those are version 1.0, 2.0. So for those compiler, size of int will be 2 bytes. But here we are using MinGW compiler. It is GCC 32-bit compiler, and for that size of int is 4 bytes. Now see what values we can assign to this data type. So here we have this table. So these are the values that we can assign to these data types. I will provide this blog post link in description box or resources. From there you can take it. Now see, one simple example I will give. 1 byte means 8 bits. So 4 bytes means 32 bits. Now see how many numbers are possible. So see, if we take 1 bit, so how many numbers are possible? 2 numbers, right? 0 and 1. That is 2 to the power 1. If we have 2 bits, means 4 numbers are possible, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. That means 2 to the power 2, that is 4 numbers are possible. If there are 3 bits, so how many numbers are possible? 8. How we got 8? 2 to the power 3, right? Now see, for int we have 32 bits. So for 32 bits, how many numbers are possible? 2 to the power 32 numbers, right? Now see, if it is unsigned int, means there are no negative numbers. Now see, here we have seen total number possible are 2 to the power 32, right? So we are starting from the 0, right? See, when it is 2 bits, so 4 numbers are possible. So 0 to 3, that means 0 to n minus 1, right? So here for 32 bits, total number possible are 2 to the power 32. And what will be the values? What will be the numbers? Start from 0 to 2 to the power 32 minus 1, right? For example, here for 3 bits, 0 to 7. For 4 numbers means 0 to 3. And here 2 numbers means 0 to 1, right? So in the same way, 2 to the power 32 numbers are possible, but that means 0 to 2 to the power 32 minus 1. But if it is unsigned int, now see, if it is signed int, so 1 bit is reserved for sign. So see, total bits are 32, as 1 bit is reserved for sign, so usable bits are 31 bits only, right? So only 31 bits can be used for the number, right? As 1 bit is reserved for sign. Now see what will be the range. See, there are total 31 bits. So see, 0 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1, right? Now see, these numbers are on positive side, but on negative side again minus 2 to the power 31 to 0. Now see, if I add this, so it will be 2 to the power 31 numbers, right? For 31 bit, total numbers will be 2 to the power 31. But on negative side, so there is no 0, right? On this negative number, there is no 0. That's why minus 2 to the power 31. See, here we are subtracting minus 1 because already 0 is included here. There is no minus 0, right? That's why here we have not subtracted minus 1. But already here we have 0. That's why 0 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. And on negative side, minus 2 to the power 31. As there is no minus 0, here there is no minus 1. So these numbers are possible for the in data type. So same thing it is mentioned in this table, but directly here numbers are written. I will share this blog post in description box or resources. From there you can take this. So friends, I hope you like this video. If yes, then click on like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get notification of my next video. So stay connected. Thank you.